What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Talk to Me here on NotFest.com. As always, I am Joshua Toomey, joined by the recently reinstated Chris Akin. Chris, how we doing?
I'm good. What's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. I took last week off. It kind of sucks because I was actually going to do a Thanksgiving themed episode.
Right.
Like who are you thankful for? Are
Sure.
you thankful for the fans? Who would you invite to your rock and roll Thanksgiving? All that good stuff, man. It was going to be great.
Well, that's all right. We'll save it for next year.
And in saying that, I was not going to do a single piece of that because I know you would die. You'd be like, it's like what's your favorite heaven band? You got Ronnie James Dio and Dimebag.
Yeah. No, I hate those kind of shows. It's, I've started with Chris Akin Presents. I've started getting into lists a little bit and doing everything in a list. And man, I'm telling you, it cannot be more uncomfortable for me. I'm trying to do it. Because I want to do something different than I do here and that I do on CMS. So I'm doing that, and it is a little different. But it's like, okay, here's my top 5 albums. Oh, I'm like, all right, I know people like it, but whatever,
People love a list.
They do. It's so dumb too, because what difference does my list make from anybody else's? But like last night we were doing it live. We were doing live albums that the album wasn't as good as when you saw the band live.
All right.
And no matter what I put up there, there was somebody coming up going, "That's bullshit, man. That's crazy." I'm like, well, it's my list, you dick.
Well, that's the point of a list, man. We got to argue about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like social media heaven. You just put it out there and everybody yells at you for it.
The NotFest clipped a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the top 10, stripper songs or whatever.
Yeah.
And NotFest clipped, the number one song. And that's probably the most interaction I've seen on a NotFest Instagram feed, because everybody was like, no, I think that, this song or that song was going to be number one, like Dr. Feel Good or Girls, 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 that's going to be the number one song. And that, I think that clip alone got like 20,000 views or something crazy.
Jeez. Now here's my note for the NotFest guys, for NotFest web management.
Okay.
Next time, don't put out the answer. Put out our number one answer is, and then put it out like 3 days later.
Right.
Let people get all pissed off and then go look for it later. Here we go.
Obviously no episode last week, but the interview I did last week was Mike Mushok. I guess your interview is probably coming soon with him, right?
Yeah, in January, I think, or December, January, somewhere in there. I'm so booked up on that shit. But yeah, I chatted with them. You chatted with them. I watched yours. Yours is better than mine. I will say that. I will say that yours was musician talking to musician.
Right.
Mine was, hey, rock guy, tell me about yourself.
Right.
Which was cool. I mean, they're both good, but I mean, yours was definitely better than mine. So people should go over to notfest.com and watch it.
Well, that was the crazy part of the whole deal was, I started out with a joke because of Mike Mushok, the former Tennessee Titans head coach and all this other stuff. And then he hit me with, how he hung out with Mike Vrabel at an Aerosmith concert.
Right.
And you'll see in the interview, I'm like, whoa. All right, everybody, Mike Mushok here of staying, we got to get this on tape or whatever.
Right.
For everybody to hear. Cause I think that is the first time, anybody's ever just like hit me with I was hanging out with Mike Vrabel.
Exactly. Played into your Titans fandom.
Yeah, it was fun, man. That was a fun interview. That was I've always had that Fred Durst story, and I needed to and it was kind of fun to talk to him about kind of the timeline of Staind talking to Fred Durst, and then us talking to Fred Durst was pretty much the same time. It's pretty crazy when you put timelines back to back like that.
Sure. Well, I know this, and we will pull the curtain back a little bit. I interviewed Mike before you did.
Right.
And I emailed you immediately. We're like, Mike was good, but have a lot of questions. He's not a talker,
right?
And shit, you didn't need any questions. You had him going. You had him going from minute one. So,
yeah, actually, I called you after the interview. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Mike was because I was so nervous. I did have a ton of questions. I had a bunch of Saint Asonia stuff and some Newsted stuff and some Staind stuff. I was like, oh God, here we go, 30 minutes of hell. And next thing I know, it was like 35 minutes, and I was like, oh shit, I better get off here because no telling if he has another interview or not. So yeah, he was a fun chat. That was one that if you if you like Mike, if you like Stain, whatnot, go back, check out that interview because it was a lot of fun. Probably in my top 10 list of interviews. All right, we're gonna go through my top 10.
Here's my top 10
list
coming
of
in at number
interviews.
9.
Number 9, probably
John 5.
John 5 is always a good interview. He's always funny.
He's good.
Yeah, there's like a level. There's a few people I've interviewed multiple times where there's like a level of I want to break through like a barrier. Like I feel like there's a barrier up, and I'm like, we could be best friends if you would just put this wall down because I think we have the similar sense of humor type thing.
Sure.
But yeah, so John 5, not on my. He'd probably be top 10. I don't know.
Let me see if I can figure out a couple on your top 5. One of them has to be Max Cavalera.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there. I would think one of them is probably Rita.
Rita was good. Yeah, she was fun.
I'm trying to think who else. Wes Borland.
Yeah, that's definitely top 5.
I'm trying to think of who else. I don't know, because then it gets into where you start
instead.
Rob Rivera.
Rob was always good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is you've done a bunch of them that I know you've been into.
Yeah.
You're not assembly line guy like me.
Right. You'll just Hey, Chris Akin, will you interview this person? Yes, I will.
Oh, yeah. How's tomorrow at 2?
It's funny, and I'm sure you do the same thing too, is like sometimes, you're so focused on the next episode or the next thing, you don't really stop and take a look and look back at what you've done.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You look back and you're like, holy shit, I've had Phil Anselmo one a couple of times and Max Cavalera, I think Max is 5 or 6 times, and things like that. It's just like when you're a kid listening to all these people growing up, you never think you're going to get these type of interviews, and the next thing you know, like today, as dumb as this sounds, I'm emailing with Ricky Rackman, and to me, Ricky was the guy, when I was in high school that I watched Headbangers Ball religiously. And so it's just funny that at some point in my life, I'm emailing back and forth with Ricky Rackman about, getting an interview set up. I'm like, what kind of life am I living here, man? This is crazy.
Dude, it is. It's definitely, and me, I have businesses now with some of these guys. Yeah. And it's like, how did this fucking happen? How am I in business with, with this guy or that guy? I was the dumb fan that was yelling at him, hey man, and hoping they'd wave at me or whatever. Now it's like, all right, let's make some money.
Yeah. I know you were like, man, I've got a podcast with the guy from Primer 55. This is crazy.
I have 2 podcasts with 2 band guys. I got one with you and I got one with Ferrentinos from Stephen Piercy's band.
Right.
How's that happen?
Yeah. You're like the, I was thinking about the other day, you definitely like to hang out with like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th guitarist and bass player of certain bands.
I do. Look, one of my best friends, Billy Morris.
Yeah.
3rd stringer and Warrant.
Too funny.
I definitely do.
Well, man, we've got a lot to talk about, and
really?
there's news. There's some big news in our world, man. Like I was at work on Monday, and it's peak season where I work. I don't really talk too much about what I do, but like I was just like in it on Monday, and all of a sudden my phone just blows up.
Right.
And I'm like, what is going on? And I finally like went outside and I looked at my phone, and it's like, first thing I see is Chris from Decibel Geek, and he's like, what do you think of the new song? I'm like, the news, who put out a new song?
Right.
And like I hit him with a couple of question marks, and then my friend Mike, who's a big fan of the show and used to co-host the show and whatnot, he had me. I was like, Metallica and Pantera tour, US tour, and I'm like, bullshit, because he's he half the shit comes out of his mouth is bullshit anyway.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, right. And then I finally like opened up my phone and hit Facebook, and I saw the announcement of a Metallica with Pantera opening stadium tour in 2023 and 2024.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And I completely blown away, and just of all bands to tour together, fucking Pantera and Metallica together is just my teenage years wrapped up into one.
Oh yeah, I hope you started saving.
Yeah. And what's funny is that I saw the dates and I was like, all right, cool. You know, this, that, and other thing. And then was it you that brought up that it's 2023 and 2024? So, so like tickets go on sale. As we hear this, the general public will go on sale on Friday. For a show that's basically 2 years away.
Yeah, that's a long time, man.
So I'm, you know, and the thing with like, we've kind of talked about the Taylor Swift stuff and just Ticketmaster as a whole, just turning into a shit show.
Right.
I'm really nervous about, you know, what this whole thing is going to entail. And because if they're going to do this dynamic pricing stuff, I mean, do you want to go in early or do you want to wait? You know, like, I don't even know, like, how much is a ticket supposed to be? You know, that whole thing is a ticket supposed to be 150? And if I log in immediately,
150.
I'm just,
where do you think you're going to be sitting? In your car?
on the roof of the stadium. I'm just saying as a ballpark number, you know. And so I've yet to really buy tickets kind of in this dynamic pricing era. So I don't even know if, like, I might log in and see what they are and then just say, nah.
Dude, I've bought a couple of shows with the dynamic pricing. I'm going to tell you, get in early and don't feel bad if the ticket. First of all, these tickets, you know, especially this show here, it ain't like you're going to, like, 6 months are going to go by and these are going to go down. It's just not. These shows are going to sell out. Oh, yeah. I don't give a shit what they cost. And obviously, when I tell you some of these prices, you ain't going to believe it. But
I've got the packages set up here, so we'll go through that in a second.
We'll go through it. But this one, you might as well get them early because, you know, if for nothing else, look, if you're going to these shows like me and you both are, just accept that you're about to get ass raped. Because that's what it is.
You've said multiple times on the show, you said if it's $500, I'm paying it. So, and here it is, and it's $500.
Yeah, I'm going to pay it.
And it's, you know, it's Pantera and Metallica and Wolfie. And then obviously if you get I did listen to the Lars interview on Howard Stern earlier, and he did say on that this ticket is for both shows. So
that's pretty good. If it is for both shows.
So he did say it's one ticket, 2 shows. So
how many of those fucking 5-finger Ice Nine Kills shows are going to be half full?
I could see that. That was one thing I had was, are there going to be as many people? There won't be as many people at the second show.
Yeah.
If you've got the option, can you transfer this ticket once you've used it the first time to someone else to
Probably
use?
Not
for the second show. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Look. Would it here's the thought I had with this, and I know the posters kind of make it sound like the first night every night is Pantera and Wolfie and the second night is 5-finger, but what if they're not announcing that?
I've seen some like local, I think Baco from Cobras and Fire posted the Minneapolis show, and it does say like the first date is kind of shows them split up that way.
Yeah, because I know me. I don't give a shit if they're giving me 10 dates worth of tickets. I'm only going to the Pantera show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest. Nothing against 5-finger, and I really don't know a ton about Ice Nine Kills. I mean, I've heard them, but you know, I have no interest in a second day in Chicago or Detroit to see that.
Right.
I don't even care if I see Metallica, quite honestly. And I mean, I love Metallica. I mean, my 2 favorite bands of all time, Metallica and Pantera.
Yeah, and they're touring together in stadiums.
They're touring together, which is fantastic. But I just don't. I've seen Metallica at this point so many times, and I'm well documented in saying how much I don't like Friendtalica, and you know, to where I would be fine to just see. I'll pay the $500 to see Pantera and go home.
Right.
Start the 5-hour drive back.
All right, before we get into this tour, let's actually dive into this new song.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I got my phone blew up about the new song, Lux Eterna.
Yeah.
Initial thought. What was your initial thought of the new track?
Very much like it. Very old school. Very tuning wise. Very, you know, Ride the Lightning Master. Kill
'Em All.
Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an old school. I like the fact that it's short.
Yep.
I like the fact that it's not 8.5 minutes where they're just trying to cram some things together. Production was good. Everything about it was good. It's funny because I definitely see people on there that are already bitching.
Yeah.
See, man, they're just trying to sound, you know what? Stop bitching. It sounds like a good song. It would be a good song in any era of Metallica. Take it as that.
Yeah, I've seen some naysayers like, oh, finally they do a good song, or it's okay for Metallica, but nothing's good come out since Justice and all this other nonsense. I'm like, I told you, I was like, if anybody hates this song, they just hate Metallica at this point.
Yeah.
If you are a Metallica fan from at any point basically, and you hate this song, you just hate Metallica at this point.
Yeah, you're just not a fan, and it's pretty lame to be that guy at this point. I mean, it's like, what do you want? Don't go to the fucking show if you don't want to. If you hate Metallica that bad, then just don't go. But dude, there's definitely people out there. Here, I'll read you. This is from from Facebook, from the Pantera Tour 2023 group.
Okay.
And somebody posted today, am I the only one who literally hates that they're going to tour opening up for Metallica? I would watch Pantera, then leave. Although I've seen Metallica 5 times, the last 3 concerts were free tickets, because God forbid you think he bought them, which...
Is this you?
No, it's not me.
You just said, you're like, I'll go see Pantera, but I might leave after.
I might leave, but I mean, let's face it, once I'm there, I'm there.
Yeah,
especially at $500. But, and they were, in fact, some of my favorite old songs ever, that being old Metallica. I can't stand to watch the entire crowd sing Seek and Destroy one more time.
Why?
Well, he'll tell us.
Okay, sorry.
When I go to a show, I want the band to do the song with as little audience participation as possible.
Wow.
I want to hear, if I want to hear the local drunks sing Seek and Destroy, I'll go to karaoke. Too much sing-along shit for me. And people, enough with the they shouldn't be playing anymore bullshit. It's Pantera, and they fucking rock. If you don't want to see Pantera, head down to the bar and sing Sandman with your drunk buddies.
Wow.
And that's on the day that they announced the tour.
Oh, good God, man. New album called 72 Seasons. Do you have any idea what that's referring to?
Yeah, that's your 18 years of life, your formulative years.
All right.
Yeah, that's in some fucking some philosophy books and shit like that. They call it the 72 Seasons of Life.
Actually, as soon as I said that, it says, speaking on the concept of the title, Hetfield says 72 seasons, the first 18 years of our lives that form our true or false selves.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I remember that in some fucking college class. Oh. I knew what it was right away.
Well, look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Yeah, well, not that smart.
Well, I guess that makes more sense of the album cover now. Yeah, what do you think of this yellow?
I don't like the yellow.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the yellow.
But then again, I hated the hardwired stuff, and then I got used to it. So
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's basically. I guess I'll get used to this too. But yeah, the little cover for the Lux Eterna on like Spotify and whatnot, which is like a person, and like the M from the Metallica M is kind of the shadow. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny when Metallica does anything, the world just stops.
Yeah,
I was trolling around last night late, just. As I was trying to go to sleep, I was dicking around on my phone, and I come across an article. I think it was like Louder Sound or somebody big.
Yeah.
And it was, what does the broken guitar on the new Metallica cover symbol? And I'm like, my God, you guys, really?
The top 10 reasons that
it's like day one. It's day one, and you're already tearing down the cover and analyzing it. Relax.
Good friend of the show, Natalie from what is she with now? Napalm. Yeah, she posted on the day the Metallica single came out. She said every metal publicist not representing Metallica trying to get attention on an announcement of any sort today, and it's like a smiley face like melting or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
That dude, I noticed that too. It was like if you go back and you look at Blabbermouth, there's like a lot of news.
Yeah.
I don't remember not one story. There's like all kinds of videos being issued and all kinds of stuff going on. None of it matters yesterday.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
No pun intended. My take on Lux Eterna was it reminds me of maybe something they would have done on like Garage Days. It almost sounds like a cover of, a Diamond Head cover or something like that. Just the production's a little bit, it's not as crisp and clean. It's kind of dirty. It's got that Garage Days feel, which Garage Days is some of my favorite stuff that they've ever done. So
sure.
I'm definitely 100% on board with that. It definitely reminds me of the early days, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning era of the band. And I was telling you on the phone the other day, it almost sounded like that they did the Zazula tribute show, and they're like, this style is actually pretty cool. Maybe we should write some stuff like this. But I guess I can't believe that Lars said that they've been working on this album for like a year and a half, and they did a video, an entire album, booked an entire world tour, stadium tour with Pantera, and nothing. I didn't hear a single ounce.
I didn't hear a peep. I did not hear a peep, and that is stunning. You and I both have people in this world that we know.
Yeah, even if it's off the record, hey, off the record, don't say anything, but Metallica's recording, any of that stuff.
The only thing that I had heard, and I heard nothing about Metallica, but the only thing that I had heard, because I kept asking, people that I know in the Pantera world, was, are they going to tour the States? And I kept getting universal confirmation that yes, they are going to tour the States.
Right.
I hope this isn't the only tour of the States. That's the whole, and that leads to another question. Is Pantera going to do dates? I mean, there's not many dates.
Yeah.
There's only like 20 dates, and it's over a 2-year period. Are they going to fill in the blank? Are they going to fill in the blanks, or is this going to be how Pantera parses out so that Anthrax can do their touring and so that BLS can do their touring?
I kind of want to look at the date. I mean, I haven't had a chance to really sit down with the dates and kind of look and see how they coincide with Louder Than Life and things like that, because I wonder how the radius clauses on these shows and stuff like that. Because I'm assuming Metallica's like, yeah, Pantera, you can do these shows, but obviously they can't book shows around it, within so many months or within the year or whatnot of these cities. So I mean, I think the closest I think it's going to be here is St. Louis, which is about 4.5 hours away. Chicago's like 5 hours north. So I mean, we're pretty far from those places. So a Louder Than Life is probably on the table.
See, that's I would think here, realistically here.
Yeah.
What is Rock on the Range called now?
Sonic Temple.
Sonic Temple is a real thought, because the closest that they're for here is Detroit and Chicago.
Right.
And neither of those is anywhere close to Columbus. And God forbid they would actually come to Cleveland, but
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. Friend Talica back once again.
Our Talica family.
Yeah. Who's that 8-year-old in the front row? Come on up here, son. You can sing Creeping Death with me.
Hey, man, when I go to a concert, I don't want to hear anybody but the band singing Seek and Destroy.
Everybody sit down.
What a weird thing to complain about on the internet, man. Like I don't like sing-alongs at a concert. If I wanted to hear a sing-along, I'll go to karaoke. Get over yourself.
Well, then go to karaoke, because you know what? I'm just going to say it. That's one of the best things about Metallica, and it always has been.
Yeah.
Is that they demand that the fans participate. They don't ask it. They demand it.
Yeah.
And that has always been, it's why any old head like me will tell you that Metallica is the best live band ever at one point. Anybody that saw them in the day will say that. And that's why, because everybody participated. It was an event. It wasn't just a concert.
Could you imagine like the die part in Creeping Death, and they're just like, nobody sing along to this part. We're just going to sing die.
Everybody quiet down. Stop the song midway. Hey, why are you singing? Sit down and shut up.
Jim over in section 203 says you guys should all be quiet. So everyone be quiet. No more talking.
No singing. No fun.
Hey, drunk guy singing Enter Sandman. Stop it.
Leave. Get him out of here.
Set list wise on this tour, do you think that since day one is kind of Pantera and Wolfie, which is, got the Van Halen connection, that's probably more of the older fans. Obviously Five Finger and Ice Nine Kills, newer fans, and they're not doing a repeat. Do you think they're gonna curtail like maybe an older set first night and newer, like the Load Reload, Death Magnetic stuff, second night?
Nope.
Don't
think I doubt they're that, I know they're a very planned out band, but they're not that planned out. Lars generally writes the set list the day of show.
Right.
So he probably will spend that week crafting the 2 set lists, and that'll be it. I'll bet you he has no idea what he's going to play, other than he's not going to play, the same songs twice.
Yeah, the first Pantera show is coming up quick.
Yeah, it's December, like 3 days, right?
Yeah, December 2nd. What is that? This weekend?
Yeah.
Jeez. So we'll see videos soon.
Yeah, which will make us even more willing to spend these ridiculous prices for these tickets,
or not at all.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like, actually, you know what? I think I'll remember Pantera the way I remember them as a kid.
Yeah, dude, that is not going to happen. You look, I'm going to make a bold statement here right now.
Yeah,
they're going to sound amazing.
That's a bold statement.
They're going to sound amazing. It's gonna be, we're gonna watch these videos and we are gonna be reaching for our wallet as we watch the videos to buy tickets. I guarantee you, because we're Pantera heads.
So Phil's voice hasn't been that great lately. Like, it's been okay. Like the down stuff, he sounded really good, but when he was doing the illegal stuff, it was kind of hit or miss. Would you think that Phil would ever do tracks? No. Or sing two tracks, or like with tracks?
Absolutely not. Phil?
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
Way.
I mean, this is a big deal. Like, this is stadiums, and this isn't opening the Slayer, the final Slayer tour. This is Metallica stadiums. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah, no way they're using tracks. That is so against what Phil stands for. There's no way. And I mean, the other thing too with Phil, he has been off the road a while.
Yeah.
He's been off the road, what, 2 years? 3 years?
No, I mean, because of COVID. Down did shows.
Did a few shows.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the road, right?
Yeah, I mean, they did a few shows. He's been sitting home just, getting himself in shape. I've seen pictures of him. He looks a lot smaller. Like he lost a good amount of weight. So he's been getting himself in shape, and let's be honest, this schedule for him, not that grueling,
right?
I mean, it's what, 10 weekends?
Oh, yeah, the Metallica shows, yeah.
And if they're not going to fill in, otherwise, if all he has to do is these 10 shows in 2023, he could sound pretty good.
Yeah, they've got December 2nd, 6th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 18th. They've got days off in between.
Yeah. That's a busy schedule, but the Metallica schedule is not.
Right. And that's where we're trying to figure out if they're going to, kind of fill in dates here and there.
Yeah. I don't think they're going. I honestly do not think, other than see, here's the thing with the festivals, dude. I truthfully don't think they're going to do the festivals.
Really?
Why would they?
The payday, I'm assuming.
The payday's not going to be as good. They're doing stadiums all by themselves. Why in the hell do they want to split the pot with 60 other bands?
Right.
Honestly, why would they? I mean, they're going to make less. There's no possible way. I know Danny Wimmer has a shit ton of money, but there is no possible way he could pay Metallica what they're making on their own with 4 openers.
Oh, no. I thought you were saying, no, I'm talking Pantera, not Metallica. Metallica
Pantera might, but
yeah. No, Metallica did the Danny Wimmer Fest 2 years ago.
That's what I mean. There's no way they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Pantera could. I mean, Pantera could. I don't know though, man. I honestly, the more I'm looking at how this is structured and seeing how these guys, another piece that's just still annoying me is that nobody has talked about it yet, and they're getting ready to play shows. I mean, we've seen what, one interview with Charlie, one interview with Rex, no official announcement. I don't think they're taking this as anything more than what we're seeing. I don't think they're taking it as Pantera is back and we're going to be out on the road for, full time. I think it's a part-time thing to tributize the music and the band. Just by, and again, I could be dead wrong on this, but any other thing that we've ever seen like this comes with a lot of pomp and circumstance. And this has had none. The Pantera stuff. Just none.
There's 35 dates on the books for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's not much.
Yeah.
But you don't think that that's weird that there's not even been a press release?
Yeah, I mean the only thing they've been doing lately is a little video stuff here and there, and they posted photos from practice the other day, rehearsal. So and I think Rex finally came out and posted something like, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just stunned because isn't Doc McGee or somebody involved in this?
Yeah, it's
something like McGee Management or whatever, and nothing, no announcement, no. Unless they're going to announce something big in January, which is the only thing I could think is that maybe they're not allowed to announce anything until these Metallica tickets are on sale.
Right.
Which could be like that, do the Christmas rush for Metallica. And then in January, they'll announce a Pantera run.
You're right.
That's the only thing I could think of. But I'm just pretty astounded that they're going to go into playing shows without anything being announced.
This was his Rex Brown official Instagram. Get ready, folks. This is going to be one hell of a ride and then some. This was the start of the ZW sessions that grew into a monster. 5 days till Mexico City. Bolt in. That's all we get.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thanks, Rex.
Thanks, Rex. All right, let's look at some of these ticket prices from this is from Metallica. These are the Metallica enhanced experiences.
Okay.
So I will tell you what you get, and you tell me what you think the price is.
Okay.
This is the Seek and Destroy reserved package.
Okay.
You get one premium reserved seat in the lower bowl for both shows in the same city. One limited edition Metallica merchandise item, express lane at the designated merchandise stand, and on-site perks such as priority check-in, dedicated support staff, and a fast-track lane in the venue.
That's it?
That's all you get.
You get a T-shirt and a ticket.
You get a ticket, a T-shirt, and then you get a fast pass.
And you don't have to stand in line.
If you want to buy more merch, you don't have to stand in line. And then you get priority check-in, designated support staff, and a fast-track lane into the venue.
All right, and it's for 2 nights?
This is 2 nights, 1 ticket.
I'm going to say that's $500.
This is $518 to $698. So I guess depending on what city you're in, I guess is.
Oh my God.
So that's the Seek and Destroy reserved package.
So to get a free T-shirt, it's $600. Nothing free about that.
All right, the Frantic early entry package. This is one general admission floor ticket with early entry for both shows in the same city. One limited edition merchandise item, Metallica merchandise item. One complimentary beverage prior to public doors. Priority merchandise shopping prior to public doors. On-site perks such as priority check-in, dedicated support staff, and a fast-track lane into the venue. This one is actually cheaper. This is a general admission ticket, but you get in before everybody else, and you get to have a beer before the doors open.
Wow. $425.
$414 to $598. So
nice.
You're in the ballpark there.
All right, but you can't sit down.
No. You gotta stand up. You gotta stand with your beer. The one enhanced experience. All right, so this is one premium reserved seat in the first few rows of the lower bowl for both shows in the same city.
Okay.
You get to party with other Metallica fans both nights at the official Black Box pre-show lounge, which includes 3 complimentary beverages as well as appetizers and bar snacks.
Oh boy.
1 limited edition Metallica merchandise item, 1 MP3 download of the live audio from both shows, express lane at a designated merch stand, and on-site perks such as priority check-in, dedicated support staff, and a fast track lane into the venue.
Oh boy. 3 beers.
So you get 3 beers. You get to hang out with Metallica fans prior to the show opening. You get appetizers and bar snacks, MP3 download of both nights, Metallica merchandise item, and 1 premium reserve seat for the first few rows of the lower bowl for both shows.
Well, I wonder why I can't party with the Metallica fans at any of these other spots and other ticket prices.
You stand outside.
$750.
This one is $830 to $1,098.
Oh my god.
Per person.
Oh my god.
All right. Got 2 more packages.
Okay.
The Moth into Flame Snake Pit Experience.
Now, I actually have done the Snake Pit experience back in the Black era, which was awesome. I ain't gonna lie, it is awesome.
How much was that ticket? Do you remember?
It was not cheap. It wasn't cheap for the time, so it was probably like $75.
And you were like, "What the hell, $75?"
I really was. I really was.
All right, so the Moth into Flame Snake Pit Experience. 1 ticket to the Snake Pit, an exclusive standing section located in the middle of the stage for both shows in the same city. Party with other Metallica fans both nights at the official Black Box pre-show lounge, which includes 3 complimentary beverages as well as appetizers and bar snacks, 1 limited edition Metallica merchandise item, 1 MP3 download of the live audio from both shows, express lane at the designated merch stand, and on-site perks such as priority check-in, dedicated support staff, and a fast track lane into the venue.
Wow, but you're on the stage, and that is such a fucking awesome experience. $1,200.
This one is $1,038 to $1,398.
I'm right in there. Yeah. $1,200. God damn it.
Per ticket.
That is a lot of web work for me.
All right, and here you go. This is the Nothing Else Matters Snake Pit Experience. Are you ready?
All right.
This is going to take a minute. This is a lot of stuff.
All right.
1 backstage pass meet and greet experience with 2 members of the band.
Whoa.
Which includes a photo taken by the
that would be Robert and Kirk, by the way.
Which includes a photo taken by the tour photographer and a group conversation with members of the band.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Stop right. So you don't even get to take your own picture?
Yeah, you get like where they
you
post
get a
all the
ticket
photos.
Stub? Yeah.
They post all the photos on the website for you to check out later.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay.
I love that it's with 2 members of the band, which is like Rob and like Ron McGovney's coming out to hang out with everybody.
Dude, it's the 2 that always do it. It's gonna be Kirk and Rob.
1 production tour led by a Metallica crew member and on stage group photo. So I guess everybody that does that gets to go on stage and photo.
Okay.
1 ticket to the Snake Pit, an exclusive standing section located in the middle of the stage for both shows in the same city.
Okay.
You get to party with other Metallica fans both nights at the official Black Box pre-show lounge, which includes 3 complimentary beverages as well as appetizers and bar snacks. Do you think this is like full-size beers? Like what do you think the
shot
beers,
glasses, thimbles,
3 I mean, it has to be like maybe a bottle of beer. Like
yeah. It's not gonna be like 36-ounce beers.
They're not giving you the the Cleveland Browns souvenir beer cup or anything like that.
Well, they probably will. They'll probably come in some fucking Metallica black cup or something.
2 limited edition show specific posters.
Well,
1 autographed set list featuring all of the songs played at both of the shows.
All right, that means the band has to do something for this one. This is going to be expensive.
1 commemorative city-specific concert ticket. 1 limited edition Metallica merchandise item. 1 MP3 download of the live audio from both shows.
They should have called this the one package.
Express lane at the designated merch stand and on-site perks such as priority check-in, dedicated support staff, and a fast-track lane into the venue. There's some asterisks here. Band member participation will vary by show and is not announced prior to the event. Only 1 meet and greet per weekend package purchased, and then only 1 backstage tour per weekend package purchased. And per weekend package purchased. Oh, that's the show specific posters.
Right.
Okay. So you get all of that.
Okay.
How much do you think a Metallica meet and greet with 2 random Metallica members and all the goodies you get?
And a signed set list.
Sign set list. Get to take a picture on the stage.
Yeah.
Limited edition posters. Concert, specific concert ticket, all that good stuff for an easy. How much?
Will they accept my car in trade?
Your car, maybe.
It's in good shape. I'm gonna say $3,000.
This package will run you $3,222 up to $4,398.
How do they look themselves in the mirror and not just know that they're fucking their fans this way? This is totally fucking their fans. $3,000?
Almost $4,500.
Come on. That's robbery, man. I know it's, if people want to spend it, that's fine. But does Metallica, well, I guess they probably do. They're rich guys too. They want to fucking hang out with lawyers and financial guys, I guess, because that's the only people that are going to be able to afford this shit.
I mean, I was thinking about it when I saw some of the prices earlier, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking, I mean, this is the type of stuff that, if you put it on sale, people are going to buy it. This isn't for me and this isn't for you. This is for the doctors and the lawyers.
Yeah.
And the dudes that grew up listening to Metallica and then have become extremely successful for themselves.
Right.
And they've got that, disposable income to where, if they want to pay $4,500 and get a photo with Rob Trujillo, that to them, that's either chump change and priceless. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, because that'll be their Facebook, photo for the long time. And every year they get to post it on their memories and all this other nonsense. So it's this is that whole thing of, what is it? Basically the biggest package is $4,400.
Yeah.
And if you've got that kind of scratch laying around and you want to go and have a good time at the Metallica show, which is probably one of the only concerts you're going to go to all year because you don't listen to the whatever's coming through the local venues.
Right.
This is a big night out, man.
But I'll tell you what it does is it fucks everybody else for the summer, really, or for whatever couple of months they come through your town.
Yeah.
Anybody else coming, if you go to, I'm looking right now at the Arlington, Texas.
Okay.
And it's August 18th and 20th of 2023.
By the way, that's in that Dimebag's birthday. Somebody posted that the other day.
Yeah,
they're playing Arlington on Dimebag's birthday.
Yeah. So if you go to that show, if any band that tries to play in that area is just screwed, because everybody that's a metal fan is going to the Metallica show. You might as well not go to Arlington for 3 months. You might as well close it, because
Right.
I'm being serious. I mean, Pantera playing in Arlington in a stadium, and you're, I don't know, whatever band, and you're, falling into reverse. Are you gonna be able to sell your venue? I don't think so, because nobody's gonna have any money left.
Right.
But these tickets are definitely pricey.
Yeah. I'm curious to see when they start actually popping up tomorrow. What were the tickets you saw in like?
Well, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at Arlington. It basically goes the furthest away is the 400s, section 400s, and I'll click through and go down toward the field.
Right.
So the 400s, the cheapest ticket for the 400s, section 433, row 23. That's probably near the top.
Right.
$266 a ticket.
Wow.
And that's pretty far away. I mean, even looking at this screen, it's far away. Let's see here. So then there's the 300s. Let's click the 300s. Oh, it definitely jumps up into the 300s. The 300s, seat 3, section C311, row 16, $1,138 each.
God.
So now let's go down further to the C100s. $1,365. Section 100s. Oh, section 100 on the end. It's like on the end. So you're like kind of side stage, I guess. I mean, it's in the round, so I guess there really is no side stage, but on the side is $546 each. The general admission goes from $648 to $1,320. And then the pit, snake pit. Whoo! If you want just a snake pit ticket without the without all this, now again, this is StubHub, I think.
Yeah,
StubHub. So these are probably inflated, but maybe not. Lowest ticket $7,300.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you're going to do that, you might as well
buy the package through Metallica.
You might as well get the nothing else snake pit experience for $4,500 or $4,500.
Yeah, but whew. And it goes up. Wow, section the highest price in the snake pit. Want to take a guess? Take a guess.
$13,000.
It's $13,800. We already pricing that one for you and Melissa.
Yeah, get that Slipknot money coming in, right? The Knotfest money.
That's that Knotfest money. If we do this podcast another 30 years, and you can go to that,
right? Yeah, I like basically my phone blows up, and I'm telling her, I was like, "Hey, Pantera is opening for Metallica," and she's like, "We're going, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I get home from work that day, and I'm like, you do realize that these tickets are going to be like ridiculously, insanely expensive. Like this is $1,000 ticket, like for the both of us at least. Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely. I might sit in section 412 or whatever for the 266.
266 at least get you in the door, and you can at least say you saw it.
Yeah.
And they, hey, they got big screens there, So it's at a certain point, how close do you really need to be?
I am not going to lie. I will definitely be calling both my contacts with Pantera and my contacts with Wolfie.
Right. I've thought about it. I was like, do I really want to hit up Q Prime from when I did that interview for the Black, for the box set or whatever? Because the interview with Jason Newsted was for Metallica through Q Prime. So I might just hit him up and be like, hey, man.
Dude, you might as well. Look, worst you can get is a no.
Right. And which is... basically,
when we're talking about this kind of pricing, it's worth the no to maybe get the yes.
Right. Yeah. At least hit him up and be like, hey, would you like me to do any coverage for the stadium tour? That, Yeah.
You know what the unfortunate thing is even if you get a yes, though, it's going to be for one ticket.
Hey. At least Melissa can set up in the 200 section with the $260 tickets, and I'll text her about how I'm having a good time down at the floor.
I'm in the snake pit, babe. Do you see me?
I'll turn around and wave to her.
Yeah. I know you're sitting behind a pole, but
Right. Let me tell you, babe, it is awesome down here.
It's great down here.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I could do that. Maybe for the Pantera day, I'll do the snake pit. She can sit up top. And then for Five Finger Day, I'll let her go to the snake pit. I'll go to the top. And then,
perfect. Dude, why don't you call up Chris Cale?
I probably will.
I don't. This is one where if you have a hookup, you got to use it.
Right.
It's too expensive not to.
Yeah, these ticket prices are crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts, man. But I guess if you want to see Metallica, I guess this is the way it is now.
Right.
Metallica.
It's Metallica and Pantera.
I know.
It's like literally.
It's
like
the dream show.
Like the first show I ever saw was Cannibal Corpse. We've talked about that, like in a small club. The next show I saw was either Pantera or Metallica at the amphitheater, and then it was Pantera then Metallica or Metallica then Pantera. I have to look at the dates. They were like 2 weeks apart, and in the summer of '94 at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And so just put that together, and I'm all in.
Dude, the only way this could be better is if Vin and Dime were still alive. It's the only way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is the tour we've been waiting for since the 90s.
Yeah.
Really, it is. Since Vulgar Display of Power, this is the tour we've been waiting for.
Yeah. Oh, God, if Vinny and Dime were here for this, it was
Vinny and Dime, these prices would all be doubled.
And then it would definitely be, taking out the second mortgage on the house and things like that.
Dude, it's very pricey. The worst part is these tickets are pricey enough. Now you got to worry about hotels and everything else, like not for like a single day either.
Yeah.
Like the Arlington show, it's on the 18th and the 20th.
Yeah, everything's 2 days apart. There's a day off in between, which I think is somewhat smart on the Metallica camp. I was thinking about that today. They get to basically set up their stage and then do 2 shows, which is amazing.
That's great for them. It's another $500 for me and you minimum.
I will say that, and not that they were having trouble ticket sales wise, but I don't remember the Metallica Avenged Sevenfold stadium tour a couple of years ago just being this massive sellout to where they needed to do that 2 days in a stadium is worth it. Is Pantera and Five Finger Death Punch worth that much more that they can do 2 dates at a stadium?
Pantera is.
Yeah.
Five Finger, no. I'm surprised Five Finger's on this because why wouldn't they just go do their own tour?
I guess because I'm sure it's one of those things where Metallica calls, you say yes no matter what.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about this tons of times on here. As much as people may love or hate Five Finger, like I've seen them a ton because of my friendship with Chris. And every time I go, I'm blown away. They play the arena here, they play the amphitheater, and you turn around and it's completely sold out, 18, 20,000 people. It's crazy every time I go see them, how big they really are.
Yeah, I know. They're a big band. That's why I was a little surprised to see them on this,
right,
as a defined opener.
Yeah,
because I would have thought that they're just not. They're not an old band where I'll be honest, I'm surprised to see Pantera opening so many different things. They're opening festival, like they're opening for Judas Priest and at some fest like Sweden Rock or somewhere and stuff. And I'm like, Pantera hasn't played in 20 years. They should be the headliner. I'm surprised they're not the headliner, especially over like Judas Priest, who's always on the road. Yeah.
I mean, that type of stuff, I was thinking that maybe they were just kind of testing the waters because even with the one
dragging the waters,
the one Pantera headlining show where it was like a 7,500 cap theater in Chile or wherever they were at, and they sold it out within seconds. And then they're like, oh shit, I guess we're going to put this in the arena and then we're going to add Sepultura to the date. Like, I think they're really dipping their toes into this and really not trying to come out like, Pantera full on arena headline tour.
Yeah.
They're really like trying to see what what the market is for them.
I think they're going to find out the market is pretty big for them.
If it doesn't sound bad, like that's
it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Come on. Do you have any true worries that it's not going to sound good?
I worry about Phil. Like that's my only worry. Like I think the musically it's going to be fine. Right. I think vocally that's what I'm worried about because there was many a night on those illegal shows where Phil just wasn't the best. So we'll see when you add an actual live show around him to see what happens. See if it ups the game of everything around him. But I mean, his voice was struggling there for a little bit. Yeah,
but you have to take into account though. They were playing every night.
Yeah,
I mean that's the other thing. I mean, the Illegals, they're one of those bands that does like 30 shows in 34 days or whatever. They're playing every day. Phil has weeks in between these shows.
Right.
He should be fine.
Should be. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. The graphic for this episode is just going to Metallica, Pantera,
Right.
it's not even going to be anything clever, man.
Yeah, we just talk about anything else.
I do actually have a couple of recommendations this week, so let's dive into those, and then we'll get out of here, man.
Okay. I have let's see. TV wise, the only thing I've been watching that's new is the show on CBS. Going to network television for a minute.
Wow.
It's a show called East New York.
Okay.
Which is they advertise it as a Jimmy Smits thing. So you're thinking NYPD Blue or something. It's a cop show.
Right.
But Jimmy Smits is barely in it.
Nice.
But it's really, really strong. I'm surprised at how strong it actually is. So it's if you liked NYPD Blue and shows like that, it's right in that kind of wheelhouse. So that's a really, really good show for CBS. So East New York is a good one, as well as I've been all over the Yellowstone since it started back up. It's
nice.
fucking been great. And musically, the only new thing I listened to all week was an album called The Blood of Creation by a band called Iron Kingdom. It's your classic Dungeons and Dragons Dio metal, and it is. If you like Dio type metal, you'll like it. So Iron Kingdom, The Blood of Creation is the name of the album. Go listen to it.
Nice. Seeing if I've been listening to anything musically, there's a new story of the year is pretty good. Obviously friends of the show, and you know, not just because we had Mike Mushok on the show, but the new Saints and Sonia stuff is actually pretty cool.
That is a good record.
And so the stuff that's out, go check that out. I'm gonna name off some stuff and tell me if you've seen this stuff. And I'm gonna there's a through line to this to all of these.
Okay.
Did you ever see the movie Big Fan? No. It was Patton Oswalt. The movie's actually really, really good. I do recommend seeing it. Patton Oswalt plays a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. And he gets the shit kicked out of him by his favorite player on the Eagles.
Nice.
And so it's like this weird juxtaposition of, do I go tell anyone because it's gonna fuck up my team? You know, it's like if you went out and you know, Jadeveon Clowney beat the shit out of you, you know, do you go and say anything because it could hurt the Browns season kind of thing? So so this movie called Big Fan.
Okay.
You know, it's a cool movie. It's kind of a dark, I wouldn't say comedy. Patton Oswalt plays actually a pretty good straight guy in it. But yeah, it's good premise behind it. Okay, so the movie Big Fan. You've seen The Wrestler.
I've seen The Wrestler, yes.
Did you watch The Founder, the Ray Kroc movie?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
With Batman.
Yep. We obviously saw Pam and Tommy.
Yes.
All right, so the same guy wrote all of those movies and shows.
Really?
Banana. Like, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. This guy named Robert Siegel.
Okay.
Yeah, I was listening to him. He was on Mark Maron the other day. It was one of those just like I randomly listened to Mark Maron. I ran out of stuff to listen to. And he was talking about how he wrote The Big Fan and The Wrestler and The Founder and Pam and Tommy. And then he was writing the series that I'm watching now called Welcome to Chippendales.
I'm watching it on Hulu.
Yeah.
I've been watching that.
So that guy wrote that too. Like he wrote.
Oh, no kidding! Wow.
So yeah, Kumail Nanjiani or whatever his name is. He basically plays the founder of Chippendales, which, yeah, you don't know the backstory of things like that. That's just a weird, thing. And, it's got some sex and some lies and some murder and everything else. There's a lot of stuff going on in this series, man.
Yeah. I watched a documentary over the summer on Chippendales and I had no idea dude, more and more I'm discovering anything that's perceived as good is really just damn near evil. Right. I mean, the Chippendales, I remember when that got popular in the 80s because I'm old. And and I mean, it was all it was kind of like that cheeky fun. It wasn't really perceived as dirty as I think some people did, but I think because it was on like Donahue and all the shit that the wives were watching, that it was kind of like cheeky fun, and guys didn't like. At least my dad didn't give a shit about it. But man, watching this show and just watching, the murder and the way these guys are absolute scumbags. And I guess it shouldn't be that surprising that guys in the porn world are scummy, but But it's a great show. I will say that Welcome to Chippendales is excellent.
Yeah, it's very well done. And it's funny, man, when you really like learn these stories behind certain people, because I ended up listening to another podcast with Kumail on it, and he was on that David Spade and Dana Carvey Saturday Night Live podcast. I guess I guess the tie-in there was he hosted one time, and I guess he had done maybe some writing on SNL at one point. So they I guess they weaseled him in so they could talk about this show. But just how when you think of these people, and even I guess some of our favorite musicians are probably the same way, you think that there's this big giant machine behind everything going on, and Kumail just toughed it out in the clubs, and then you know kind of one thing led to another, and he even kind of touched on how I guess the inclusivity of everything now kind of helped him out a little bit too, and and they David Spade was making fun of himself, saying basically every time he would try to go in anywhere, like, we've already got 5 white blonde kids, right? Like, we don't need it. So but Kumail's story is pretty cool. And he moved here from India to Iowa, and shit, like, and like kind of lived in Iowa for a while. Stuff. So yeah, if you go and check that interview out, that's fun. And it's one of those interviews where actually Mike Mushok did it to me, where Mike started interviewing me. I don't know if you caught that when he started asking me, he's like, what'd you think of your first show back in a while? Did you have trouble learning the songs and things like that? Like, he started asking me questions. And Kumail was doing that with Dana and David Spade. Like,
nice.
When did you think of the church lady? And, just kind of hitting them with questions too. It was a fun interview, but that's cool. Yeah, man, that Welcome to Chippendales is really, really good.
It is good. Agree.
Lots of sex, lots of drugs, lots of, lots of shit.
Lots of filth. Lots of filth.
And then obviously the other thing we've been watching is Wednesday, the Wednesday Addams, the Addams Family.
Oh yeah.
The news that is awesome. Like, it looks, it is very well. Obviously, it's Tim Burton. It looks cool.
What's it on? I have not watched it. I haven't even seen a commercial for it. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah. Christina Ricci plays a. I guess she's like basically the story is they send Wednesday to a kind of like a boarding school for misfits and witches and all that stuff. And I guess Christina Ricci pops up here and there as a house mother or something like that. She's aged very well.
Yeah, I had a thing for her back in the day.
Well, I think everybody did.
I mean, she may have had the 5 head, but she's a good looking girl.
I think in this one she's got some bangs or something, so you don't really see the 5 head. But
she does have a huge forehead, though.
What was that, Black Snake Moan or whatever that was called? With that movie is fucked.
Nice.
But yeah, so Wednesday on Netflix, and then obviously Welcome to Chippendales on Hulu. Both have been a fun watch. There's a few other things we've been watching too, but that's the main thing.
I'm gonna have to fire up Netflix. I haven't looked at Netflix in probably a month and a half, so I need to get in there. I've been stuck on Paramount Plus. I just constantly watching different movies and stuff on like I watched that movie Smile on Paramount Plus. Oh, nice. That's pretty good too. Another one that I was surprised. I mean, it was like a cheeky 80s horror movie.
Yeah.
But it was well done. It wasn't like bad. It was cheeky in the best way possible. And it was truly amazing to me how much they could scare you just by making people smile wickedly. Because this shit was creepy as hell.
I was editing something 2 weeks ago, whenever, when you and Eric were talking about that movie.
Yeah.
And it was funny because after you, I guess I had my phone open or something. Because like right after that, I was scrolling through my phone on Facebook, and I kept getting Smile targeted ads. I was like, Jesus Christ, stop listening to everything.
Yeah. Stop it, YouTube.
Get out of here.
That's funny.
Well, man, this has been a fun one, man. Like I said, man, the Metallica, Pantera touring together, just take my money. Like, take all of it at this point.
Yep, I'm going next week to get a mortgage on my house so I can go and sit in the snake pit.
You can go to the Rocket Mortgage Field House or whatever.
Exactly.
So, isn't that in Cleveland?
That is.
And yeah, so maybe is it Rocket Mortgage from maybe in Cleveland? Is that what the tie-in there?
I don't know. I
don't
mean,
know.
I have no, dude. I don't pay no attention to local. It's because Dan Gilbert is here and he owns Quicken Loans.
That's what it is. Cool. Nice. I guess quickly before we get out of here, man, what's the hype around Deshaun Watson coming playing this weekend?
A lot of jerking off. No,
you or the fans?
Yeah, yeah, for me and the fans. You know, there's no real. Honestly, the Browns are in such bad shape. Nobody's that excited. I'm actually, and this is going to sound like a really anti-fan thing to say.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're sort of out of it because now this dude can shake the rust off without any real pressure.
Yeah,
you know, and he can get used to just being booed mercilessly. You know, because he's going to get and go starting in Houston. He is going to get destroyed in Houston.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, it's like, okay, well, let him shake the rust off where it doesn't mean anything. And let's come back next year, you know, ready to go and, you know, not rusty. So, you know, there's still some of the sports talk dummies in this town. They're still talking, well, if they run the table, like, yeah, how many
are you what, 4-7?
4-7.
I mean, if you do run the table, I mean, you win 6 games, you guys will. I think that'll probably be a wild card.
Yeah, how many NFL teams win 6 in a row?
Well, the team we're playing this weekend has. So,
who are you playing? Who you got?
We have the Eagles this weekend. So,
okay, but they only got to 8, and then they lost.
Well, that's 8. You know, you can win.
I know, but they didn't have any distractions.
Nah.
They didn't have players wrecking their cars and other ones getting hand jobs in you know, massage parlors and everything else.
No, it's yeah. I honestly I think the Titans will end 10-7. We're 7-4 right now. I think we'll go 10-7, still win the South, and then probably get bounced in the first round of the playoffs. That's my prediction.
Why do you think they're going to lose that much on the way out? They got a tough schedule?
Just. It's either 10-7, 11 and what is it, 11-6 now?
11-6, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like. I mean, we still have the Texans. We've got 2 against the Jaguars. We're like,
all right, the Texans is a win.
Yeah,
2 against the Jaguars is a win. So that's 3 wins. That takes you to 10.
The Jaguars don't look too bad. So, you know, I think we'll split with the Jaguars, just because it's, you know, the division type to division opponent stuff. What else we have? We have Cowboys and. What is it?
Even Cowboys. Cowboys is like Chargers, dude, those are all wins. It would shock me none if they go 5 wins, if they get 5 wins out of that.
So you think 12-5?
Yeah. At least 11-6.
Yeah. So Eagles, Jaguars, Chargers, Texans, Cowboys, Jaguars.
First of all, I think they could beat the Eagles.
Yeah. Because
the game that they play negates a lot of the game that the Eagles play with the Eagles have the high speed offense, and Derrick Henry changes that in a hurry. When every drive is 7 minutes long, you know, there's just not that many drives that the Eagles do. I think they're a problem for the Eagles, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one before they lost to the Commanders. Everybody was kind of picking the Titans to be the team that beats. It's just one of those deals too, where we're coming off a loss. Yeah. So it's like you just like, we're the worst team ever. Right. After the Packers game, I would have been like, we're never losing ever again. You know, like and it's funny. I was after the Bengals loss, I was just like, I am so over this team. And Melissa goes, you say that every week. Right. And then like the next day on my Facebook memories, a memory from like 12 years ago, it's just like, I am so over these Titans.
Nice.
But yeah, it's going to be this season's going by so fast. Like, I can't believe there's already like only like 6 games left.
I know. We're almost done. No, but I'm already seeing commercials for the USFL. So I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm going to pick a new team this year.
No, you're not. You're stuck. You can't change teams every year.
It's funny. I follow the Michigan Panthers on Facebook. So every once in a while, something will pop up and be like, we signed somebody. I'm like, how are we signing people right now? Like, how are we signing offensive linemen in the middle of the NFL season when they could be picked up by a practice squad or something.
I think that tells you about the skill level of the guys.
That's kind of like why. Like, I don't want to know about these guys. I don't want to know these people exist if they're not good enough to be the 17th offensive tackle on a practice squad. I don't know if I want.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but dude, that's one of the things that they highlight so often in their promo. Here's a guy. He's been in 13 NFL training camps.
He never made the team, but he's been on the Cowboys practice squad from week 4 to week 6.
They broadcast that the one guy last year, I forget what his name was because, well, he was in the USFL and I forgot everybody's name, but they had the one guy that was in 19 camps in like 4 years or something. And they made a big deal about that. This guy has talent. He's been in 19 camps. I was like, well, he doesn't have enough talent.
No, I think that was the one of the quarterbacks, like the quarterback for the New Orleans Pelicans or whatever they're called. There was that guy, and then I remember one of the early games, the receiver was just going off, and they're like, this guy was on the practice squad of the Cowboys.
This guy took a kickoff back 30 yards once in a game.
And that's been sports.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, that'll do it for another episode of Talk to Me here on notfest.com. Make sure to follow the show, Twitter at Talk to Me Talk, Facebook's at Talk to Me Talk. You can email the show, talktometalk@gmail.com. Look at that.
Wow.
And then so make sure to just check us out wherever you can. Go to notfest.com, become a VIP, watch all of the videos of the interviews I do, and head over to the YouTube. Leave a comment on the YouTube page. We definitely have a through line of how many people watch our shows now on YouTube. It's pretty much leveled off to where we've got a pretty consistent fan base over there. So I like it.
Well, then share. That's the thing.
Share and retweet.
Share and retweet.
5-star review.
That's right. Make sure you smash that notification bell.
Yeah. So for the Talk to Me podcast here, notfest.com. I've been Joshua Toomey.
I'm still Chris Akin.
And we will talk to you soon.
See ya.